the Phillies start off the National League Championship Series on a high note. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hot Media. Today we're going to recap in last night's first game in the National League Championship Series between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks as the Phillies defeat the Diamondbacks by a final score of 5-3 as they take Game 1 of this NLCS. And tell you, I'm feeling pretty good, going against this Diamondbacks team that has been undefeated this postseason up until last night, and we hand them their first postseason loss this year. And guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't not yet. Please turn the notification bell, like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So the Phillies defeat the Atlanta Braves in the National League Division Series in just 4 games. And then they go out in the best-of-7 series and win Game 1 against the Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League Championship Series. Now, the Phillies did lead this game 5-0 at one point, and then the Diamondbacks come back and scored 3 unanswered runs. Zach Wheeler, he got a little bit rattled there at the end of his start, and our bullpen is still, it's scary. It's really, really scary, and, we just continue to make a lot of boneheaded decisions out in the field, and, Jeff Francoeur, former Phil, actually, funny enough, back in 2015, that feels like ages and ages ago, he was talking, before the game, he said how the Diamondbacks are just way better, of the team defensively, and he's right, because this Phillies team has not had good defense in this postseason, and, they really weren't great in the regular season either. Trey Turner's made a lot of boneheaded decisions, and you see it last night. Runner at first, ground ball, hit right back to Sorrento. He wasn't Usain Bolt running to second base. The guy had plenty of time to go get him at second. Sandy, all he had to do is just make a nice, easy throw, and he throws it way offline, way into center field, and then now it's first and third. That could have been, think about it, first and third, nobody out, and then nobody on, 2 outs. Just a little throwing error like that. That's how much it could change, and it cost us a run. Now, it could have been a lot worse, and the Diamondbacks kind of showed us mercy with this hitting a sacrifice fly, but it could have been so much worse. And plays like that drive me crazy. You can't be doing stuff like that. So clean up that sloppy defense. Luckily it didn't come back and bite us, but it's a nail biter. Every single game is a nail biter. Even in the top of the 9th inning, it still was, you're a little bit nervous. You're on the edge of your seat every single time we watch this game, but we won. A win is a win. A win is a win. Bryce Harper homers on his birthday, which I'm very happy about. He destroyed that home run. Kyle Schwarber finally hits his first home run here in the postseason. No doubt on the very first pitch he sees, he goes deep to right field. He just sat and watched it. It was a no-doubter off of Zach Allen. And Zach Allen, 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, all 5 are earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He was not very good last night, right? He struggled. He's by far the Diamondbacks' best pitcher, and we lit him up. So I'm still feeling pretty good about tonight, but we'll see what happens. But also Nick Castellanos joining in on the action as well last night, going the other way. He's been on fire. He has just been on fire. As we pick up the scoring summary here at the bottom of the first inning, the first pitch Kyle Schwarber sees, he hammers to right field. No doubt about that one. 1-0 Phils. So it was about time Kyle Schwarber did something. He's had a really, really rough postseason, but he finally did something right there. And I love that bat flip. This was just so beast mode. He just crushed it, and he just dropped the bat and ran. Man, he did not waste any time on that one. That's for sure. And then we pick it up here in the same inning. 2 batters later, Bryce Harper gets a hold on one. That was another high pitch. It hit, a little bit to the left of where Schwarber's was, but it still was an absolute bomb. It was a no-doubter. His 31st birthday. It's hard to believe that Bryce Harper is 31 years of age. It's crazy. All the success he's had in his big league career, a lot of the postseason moments, even more so with the Phils and the Nationals, because when he was with the Nationals, right, they couldn't make it out of the division series. They were stuck in the division series. They couldn't make it out of the division series last year with the Phils. He makes it to the World Series. He wins a pennant with the Phillies. Hopefully this year it's a World Series win, not just a pennant win. So Harper's 4th home run here in the postseason that gives the Phillies a 2-0 lead. So another solo home run for the Phils, but a home run is a home run nevertheless. But I would have liked to see us have some guys on base here. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 2nd. Nick Castellanos goes the other way. A nice line drive to right, and it sneaks over that right field porch. It's a hitter's ballpark. And he proved it right there. I mean, I'm not going to say barely got out, but I mean, it definitely, the field definitely helped to his advantage, right? It definitely went to his advantage. There's no question about that. So 3-0 Philadelphia on Nick Castellanos solo home run. He now has 5 on the postseason, which is really impressive. It really didn't do a whole lot at the plate last year. Had a couple nice defensive plays, in the postseason last year. He didn't really do a whole lot at the plate, though. And then we pick it up here in the bottom of the third. Bryce Harper singles on a line drive to right, and Trey Turner crosses the plate, and it's now 4-0 Phils. So Bryce Harper with the solo home run in the bottom of the first, and now he drives in another on the RBI single. He's by far our best player. He's been on fire. Every single postseason seemingly he just goes off. Just every single postseason. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. This guy was really bothering me early in the game, right? Bases loaded, 1 out, and he grounds it in a double play, but he kind of made up for a little bit here. As JT Real Muto singles on a sharp line drive to left. Bryce Harper crosses the plate, and the Phillies now had a commanding 5-0 lead. So you're up 5-0. So at that point, you're feeling pretty confident, right? Okay, I think we're going to hold on. I think, our pitching staff will be able to hold on to this win, and that's what happened. Of course, we did let the Diamondbacks come back a little bit here as we pick up here in the top of the 6th inning. Geraldo Perdomo homers on a fly ball to right field. I wouldn't say it was crushed at all. I wouldn't say it barely got out, but it wasn't destroyed, right? He gave it a pretty good ride, but it wasn't absolutely crushed. But a two-run home run nevertheless. And the Diamondbacks get on the board now, a 5-2 ball game. So you think hey, they're right back in it now. He had a 5-run lead, and now you let him come back in the game a little bit. So now it's just a 3-run lead. So Wheeler's confidence seemed to be hurt after that. He was never the same after that home run. Of course, he allowed the leadoff single to Longoria, and it kind of seemed like they kind of built momentum off of that, unfortunately. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 7th inning. This never should have happened. If Serandy Dominguez just would have been playing solid baseball. It's Alec Thomas hits a sacrifice fly to right field, and Christian Walker was able to score easily. It really didn't even warrant a throw to home plate because it just wasn't even close at all. And it's now a 5-3 ball game. So the Diamondbacks, despite losing last night, they do come back and score 3 unanswered runs against the Phils after they had a 5-0 lead. But that would be your final 5-3 Philadelphia to win the first game of the National League Championship Series pretty comfortably. Pretty comfortably. It wasn't a 1-run lead; it was a 2-run lead. So I'm just hoping that we can win Game 2 tonight and go to Arizona up 2. That would be great. That would really be great. And one thing I'm glad about what we did against this Arizona Diamondbacks team is they came in with a lot of momentum. They really, really did. Sweeping out a division rival in the Los Angeles Dodgers. First of all, they sweep out 2 teams that won the division, right? If you go take a look at the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League Wildcard Series, they sweep them out in 2 games at their ballpark. And then they hadn't even played, by the time they went up 2 against the Dodgers, they still had not played a postseason game at home. Think about that. When they went up 2-0, they were at Dodger Stadium, and then they come back home, and then they win pretty comfortably in that Game 3 and sweep out the division rival. Los Angeles Dodgers, not only a division rival, but a team that won over 100 games this year. And then they do get some time off, but they go into this game feeling pretty good. And I think the Phillies kind of humbled them a little bit, right? And that's one thing I like. We're still riding a lot of confidence too. We sweep out a division rival, the Miami Marlins. The second wild card seed in that wild card series pretty comfortably in 2 games, and then we win against the Braves in 4 games. And it really should have been a sweep. That Game 2 in the division series should have been won. I'm not going to keep trying to go back and harp on that and really talk about that anymore, but it should have been won. You had a 5-0 lead and you blew it. Okay, plain and simple. Every fan, in every analysis should say that we should have won that game, and we definitely should have. But I'm not here to talk about the past anymore. That is over. We eliminated the Atlanta Braves, and hopefully we eliminate the Arizona Diamondbacks. And they're a good ball club. I think they're a good group of guys. They seem pretty humble, kind of a scrappy ball club, and I definitely think they're not going to go down without a fight. But I think I feel pretty good about this series. I feel better about this than I did against the San Diego Padres last year, and I do think we'll make it back to the World Series. I think we have a good shot at winning the World Series this year. And that's something I didn't say last year, right? If you go back and take a look at my videos last year, I said it was just a matter of time until they get eliminated. And I'm not saying we're going to win the World Series, but I feel pretty confident that we're going to at least get back to the World Series. But I want to win this time. It was pretty sweet getting back to the World Series and winning a pennant, but let's win it this time. Let's win the whole thing this time. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great for the city of Philadelphia? So Zach Wheeler, he struggled a little bit towards the later end of his start. Some people thought he was taken out a little bit too early. I don't really think he was. But he went 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, and 2 were earned, and 8 strikeouts. And I tell you, it's so maddening how we bring in guys like Strandy Dominguez and Jose Alvarado. They can't throw strikes. They bring these guys in, they can't throw strikes. Even Craig Kimbrel at some point, sometimes too. They just can't do it. But luckily, Kimbrel was able to get out of that ninth inning and collect his save, and that would be his third here in the postseason to secure a 5-3 Phillies lead. So the Phillies have a 1-0 series lead. My predictions for tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. We already faced their best pitcher. Now, the same can be said. Diamondbacks versus Phillies. Merrill Kelly to take the start for the Diamondbacks tonight. He was 12-8 with a 3.29 ERA here in the regular season, so still no slouch at all. And he's 1-0 here in the postseason, and he does not have a run charged to him at all. And Aaron Nola 2-0 with a 1.42 ERA. So he did kind of tend to fall apart in the National League Championship Series last year. I don't mean to bring back bad memories, but even in Game 2, it was in Game 2 of the National League Championship Series in San Diego. If you all remember, we had a lead in that game and we blew it. So hopefully that does not happen this time. But it's weird. And the National League Division Series here in 2022 and 2023 was basically a shot-for-shot remake. You know, win Game 1, lose Game 2, and wins Games 3 and 4. So hopefully that's not the same case here in the National League Championship Series. Of course, we want to win. We won in 5 games last year. But hopefully we can win tonight. That would be huge. I mean, you go back to Arizona because, to me, home field advantage really isn't that big of a deal here. You know, you have 2 at home, 3 on the road, and 2 at home again. I mean, does that really seem like much of an advantage to you? I mean, not really. And we're really hard to beat at Citizens Park Park. Not unbeatable, but really hard to beat. So, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies House to Instagram. 8:07, the first pitch again tonight and an off day tomorrow. Apologize for getting this video out a little bit late. Aaron Nola going against Merrill Kelly. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phils. I'll see you guys.